This is the second technique in the Quickstart Omoplata section. This one does rely on a gi unless you have phenomenal grip strength. So let's assume that you don't have phenomenal grip strength and we're going to use the gi. He's going to be here. I'm going to get a cross grip on his sleeve. 4 fingers in. Second hand goes underneath his leg. Palm up. Third step, if he's a little bit close, I'm going to put my knee on his shoulder here. It's kind of like I'm setting up for an arm bar. Fourth step, I'm going to kick my feet up high under his armpit with my ankles crossed. Fifth step, I take my arm and I hug his leg and I roll away from him. Sixth step, I sit up, I sit on the shoulder here, and I keep my hand against his legs. Final step, elbow into the armpit, hand by the hip, slide off, and stabilize the top position. This is one of the highest percentage attacks from the Omoplata in the gi. One of the coolest things I ever saw was Bernardo Faria spar with a room of 20 people. There were black belts, there were brown belts, there were big guys, there were small guys. And he was rolling and he was beating everybody. And then I realized he was beating everybody with the same technique, the Omoplata. And most of the time, he was hitting them with this particular Omoplata again and again and again. It was just a really good illustration that, number one, the Omoplata, once you have a good entry to the Omoplata, it can be a really reliable technique. Number two, it's a very effective submission. It's not only just for sweeps. Let's just go through some of the details here. We're here in the closed guard. If he's really got his arm anchored on me, I may want to break that grip here and then not let him get this grip. If he grabs my sleeve, I don't care. But if he grabs my lapel with this hand, that's not the best. Number two, underneath the leg, possibly I could grab the ankle. Either is fine. The third step, I could just throw my legs. I could just lift my legs up, kind of like the old school jumping triangle. But if he knows it's coming, it's going to be better to help turn the angle. So I like bringing this knee in, kind of covering this arm. I know Bernardo likes putting the foot on the shoulder. This gives me now a base to kick up as high as I can. The higher I can get my inguinal area underneath his armpit, the better. Now, I could finish it here. I could sit up and finish the Omoplata. But often the momentum from this is so extreme that it's just going to roll him right across. So I think it's good to get used to that. It's good to assume that he's going to roll. And that's why it's part of the quick start, because this is such a common scenario. As soon as this happens, I'm going to keep my legs pinched. I'm going to sit up on his arm and block his hips. We're going to cover this position in extreme detail. This is the sitting on the shoulder position. The basic finish, not the best finish, but the basic finish here is drop the elbow into the armpit and block the hip. He's going to be trying to put me into the guard. He's going to be trying to entangle me, put me in a half guard, all this crap. So if I put my hand on the ground here, that allows me to dismount. And now, if I want to follow up, I can go directly to mount. We're going to go into detail about the positioning of the legs, the application of the Omoplata, the attempting to break his posture, the rolling him through, the getting up to the sitting on the shoulder position, how to finish the Omoplata, how to transition in and out of the sitting on the shoulder position. We're going to cover all that in detail. But just for now, when you're training with your training partner, get him to give this to you. And just become familiar with this basic flow, and I think it'll really pay dividends down the road. It's very high percentage.